Hi guys, how are you? Well, today I'm going to try to do a look that's very easy with pink lips and a pastel pinkish eyeshadow. I'm trying to go for something quick and easy that won't take so long to do and easy to follow tutorial. I already did my primer and I used the water gel cream. And also, this is the one that I used. It's a primer and it's like a veil. It's very nice. I love the consistency of it, and I already let it dry. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my MAC foundation NC20. This is the one I use often. I love the consistency of this foundation, and I'm just gonna put it all over my face. And I want a full coverage look to cover all the imperfections, and I want like completely like full coverage, so I will add a concealer as well. So as you guys can see, my eyelids are really dark. They're like the darkest part of my body, so I'm gonna go thick also on the concealer right there as well. And I'm gonna use the Bye Bye Cosmetics concealer. I love it. It's mainly for the under eye, but I like to use it when I want like double full coverage because it covers so well. This is beyond right now one of my favorite concealers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it all over, and you guys will see the full coverage that these two combined have. If you don't have, a lot of blemishes or anything, go light. And I love using this Crown Brush foundation brush just because it blends so well. Alright guys, so I love the combination of these two. The foundation and the concealer worked great. I loved it. It was definitely a full coverage. That's what I was going for. And I can still see my skin looking kind of glowy. So, I mean, it did cover kind of my eyebrows, but that's full coverage. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this Bella Pierre powder, setting powder. And I'm going to go ahead and use it all over my face. I really like this one in specific because it has a banana skin tone to it. And that's kind of like my skin color. And I'm using a Luxie powder brush. Make sure to cover everything even right by your chin, especially your nose if you have an oily nose like me. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a Morphe Iconic palette. You guys seen me use it before. I love it. And I just love the colors. I'm also going to go ahead and apply the sheet lip oil already so my lips could begin to be moisturized. And this smells so pretty. I love it. It makes my lips feel so moist. I recommend it to anybody. And I will be using the Kylie Say No More liquid lipstick. So using the tip, I'm going to go ahead and outline my lip liner, and I'm going to go ahead and use it kind of like a lip liner, and that's what gives me a better shape with my lips without needing to use the specific lip liner because this one didn't come with the dual set. And I really like this matte color, but I'm going to go ahead and add a gloss to it, the NARS Orgasm Lip Gloss. I like the combination of the two because they look very pretty together. But of course, I need to let this one dry because it's a matte. And then I'll go ahead and apply the gloss. So I was going to use a Laura Geller, but instead I decided to use the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow. I really like this one because the blush is it's like a rose peachy color, and it still has kind of like a highlight to it, and it makes your face look very shiny. I love it. So this is the one that I'm using. Also, making sure I apply enough for my face. So I'm already adding some highlight, well, additional highlight to my cheeks, and as well I'm going to go ahead and add some right above my lip. I love using highlighter. I try to put it all over my face, and as you guys can see, like side to side, I'm already glowing. So as you guys know, I love Tarte, and I'm going to go ahead and use their brush. This one's for highlighter, but I'm going to go ahead and use their for bronzer. This bronzer has a very nice shiny glow to it as well, but I'm going to use it to contour my face a little more, like right underneath my chin and my cheekbones and all over my face. I love this bronzer. I'd recommend it. So of course I'm gonna add a lot because I love to contour, especially with bronzers. I feel like it's so much easier than sticks, and I'm gonna go ahead also and use a smaller brush to contour my nose, starting from my eyebrow all the way down to my nose, and that just gives me a better shape. So now that my matte lip liquid is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and add this gloss to make it a very nice pink that pops, but also that's glossy. So of course I had to make sure that all the creases were blended well. And of course I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe Iconic palette, and I'm going to go ahead and start using the color Classic right here, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over my lid. And of course I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye as well. So now using my Morphe color, the one, this is kind of like a latte brown color, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my middle of my crease, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it very well. That way it can give it more of a shiny look when I do add the other pink that I'm gonna add, but of course I have to do that on the other side of my eye, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend as well really well. So now that everything's kind of coming together, I'm gonna go ahead and use a different brush. The brush that I'm gonna be using is this one right here, and it's kind of like a round brush, and it has a round tip to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that for my inner crease, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this Amrezy highlighter. I love this one. This one's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's very pigmented, and like I said, I love highlighter, but this one works so well also if you want to go ahead and use it as a shadow. So now using the same brush, I'm going to go ahead and use this pinkish color called Say What. And probably I mispronounced it. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start from the inner corner of my lid all the way to the outer lid corner. And I'm just going to go ahead and swipe that all over. And of course, I'm going to make sure to add enough just so it can give me that extra pop. Now using the Stila eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and use the color Monarch, and it's kind of like a pinkish pastel color with glitter on it. It is so beautiful and it blends so easily. I love using this one. And of course, I'm going to repeat on the other side of my eye, and I'm only doing it on the front lid, as you guys can see. And this one just adds the pop that you need to complete the look. After this, I'm pretty much done with the eyeshadow look. But yeah, I definitely recommend using the Stila liquid eyeshadows. They work beautiful, guys. And now I'm going to go ahead and let it dry, because since it's kind of a wet one, you have to go ahead and let it dry so I can go ahead and add the other color that I'm going to go ahead and put over it. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the color Spiked by MAC, and I'm going to use this one for my eyebrows. I always start on the bottom and I kind of draw a little line just to know where, kind of to be my guide of where I'm going with the eyebrow. And I like to do light strokes, but with on the outer part of my eyebrow I do go a little bit heavy, and then I kind of blend. Now on the other side, of course, I already did the outline of it, and now I'm just adding light strokes so it could look hair-like. And then after this, I am going to go ahead and add another product. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the Benefit 03 color, and this one's kind of like a powder gel-like texture to it. I really like this one by Benefit. It's very pigmented, and I really like that it makes my eyebrows look very full. As you guys know, I like doing those heavy, thick eyebrows, and this is the one that I love to use all the time as well. So I always like to use this one just to outline it a little bit more, and of course I'm going super fast here because it's fast forward. So to clean up, I always like to use the same foundation that I already wore on my face, and I like to clean it up with this brush, and I just make sure that everything looks even, and any other parts of it, just brush it out so it can look nice. So of course, to complete this look, I have to add the lashes. I'm going to go ahead and first curl. I like to curl my lashes always before applying the mascara and also before applying the falsies. I do feel that curling them a few times makes it a little better. At least for me, it does. It makes them more curly, and also it helps add more mascara to it. Now, using the Lash Craft mascara, this is the first time of me using it, but let me tell you guys, I love it. It's very thick, and it also spreads out the lashes very nicely. And I do always recommend to add a thick layer of mascara before adding your falsies. And of course, now I'm going super fast again because I fast forward it. Now, on the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and use the Monarch Stila glitter again. And that's just so it can add a pop. I mean, this is optional. I always like to use the same color or a different color as well. But since I'm going for that pink pastel color, I'm going to go ahead and use a light coat. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and use the pink again. And I'm just going to put it over the bottom lash line again, just so it can look more pinkish and so it can stick well, because the Stila is a liquidy foundation. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use the powder also to make it stick better. So adding again more of that pinkish color from the Morphe palette, I'm just adding more powder to it, more eyeshadow, just so it can give me an extra pop. It does seem like I'm adding a lot, but it's just so it can stick well. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the Ardell lashes, the wispy styles. So now I have them on, and I love these very much because they look very natural. But since you can kind of still see the glue, it hasn't dried fully, I am going to go ahead and use this Soap and Glory liquid liner, and I'm just gonna go ahead over the lash line, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cover all that in between my eyelash and my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a very thin line, and it's just gonna help blend more nicely. And repeating the step, of course, on the other eye, I'm also gonna do a very thin layer, and just so it can look nicely and even. And also, I always like to use and of course, using tweezers or whatever eyelash tool that you guys want to use, I do like to press them just to make sure they stick well. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how nice this look really looks. I really like it because it's very shiny, and it's you can wear this in the morning, and if you want to wear it for the night, just add some liquid eyeliner, a little bit more bolder, and some inner dark black eyeliner. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any more ideas.